Welcome to Our Life Simplified. I'm Laura, and Todd is my husband. On this channel, we share our journey of transforming our 5-acre property into a Tuscany-inspired mini homestead and peaceful outdoor oasis. From DIY builds and garden projects, to raising chickens and culinary adventures, including cooking, baking, and grilling, and everything in between. We are creating a space that's both functional and charming, one intentional step at a time. Welcome to our home.
We got all kinds of things cooking in the kitchen. Christmas is tomorrow. We're going to have Todd's daughters over and his mom. My daughters may or may not make it in time for the lunch, but he's going to be making his version of a muffuletta. So we've had different types of muffulettas down in New Orleans. We've had them at other restaurants also. Todd's even tried his hand at it last year. It was fantastic. So that's what he's going to make for lunch. So first things first, we have to start with making the bread for the muffuletta, and we'll show you how we do that. Okay, so here are all the ingredients with us making this from scratch. Of course, you do not have to make everything from scratch. You could buy a round loaf. It's approximately 8 to 9 inches in diameter is what you're going to need. But if you want it completely homemade, here's your recipe. So we're doubling this recipe. We're going to start with 6.5 cups of flour. We're going to be adding 4 teaspoons of salt.
4.5 teaspoons of fast-acting yeast on opposite sides of the bowl.
So that's what we're using.
I'm gonna mix that in a little bit, but not let them touch each other.
Next is the sugar. So now we're going to be adding 2 tablespoons of sugar. Next is a 1/2 cup of the olive oil. He's getting the paddle attachment set up because we're going to start with the paddle attachment before we switch to the kneading hook. Next is the room temperature water.
I'm gonna add half of it in right now.
Oh, okay. So half of the room temperature water is going in now, which for our recipe, since we're doubling it, is 1.25 cup.
I'm gonna mix it on.
Got to plug it in first.
It's turned off for some reason.
Need power. So we'll mix it on low until it starts to all come together.
Add the rest of the water in here.
So it looks like it's coming together pretty nicely. And the other 1.25 cup is going to be gradually added.
Until a sticky dough forms.
Okay. How long would you say we need to knead this?
Until the sticky dough forms, and then we're gonna change to this dough hook.
Couldn't see it. Then we'll change it to the dough hook. It's looking pretty
That's pretty good. That looks like a pretty sticky dough to me.
Oh yeah. All right. So we'll stop it, drop it down, get that dough off of the paddle. Easier to probably remove the paddle first before trying to scrape off all of that dough. And for the dough hook.
Okay, we're gonna run that for low speed for about 4 to 6 minutes.
I'll go ahead and get the timer on
Yeah.
for 4 to 6 minutes. How about 5 minutes?
Sure,
Happy
why not?
medium. All right, the 5-minute alarm went off and it's coming together pretty nicely. It's still a little sticky, you can tell, but we're gonna go ahead, maybe another minute. Okay, so we'll put 1 more minute on the timer. We're gonna drizzle a little bit of olive oil in both of the bowls. Okay, the 1-minute timer went off, so we did the kneading for a total of 6 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and take the dough out, split it amongst these 2 bowls, and we're gonna make sure that all sides are well coated in the oil.
Then that's good.
So explain what you just said to me.
It's called the window pane test. If you take it out and you put it between your thumb and forefinger and go like that, and it doesn't break, just stretches, then it's kneaded.
I thought the window pane test is when it stretches, you could kind of see through it.
You can. Oh,
Well, it's breaking. What does that mean? It needs to need longer?
that's good.
So he put a little bit of olive oil in his hands just to try to avoid too much of the stickiness on his fingers.
Okay.
Okay, so you're just gonna eyeball this and splitting it about halfway. Should we get the scale out and make sure it's measured where it's exactly the same?
Ugh, I think that looks pretty close to 2.
Should we get the scale out and measure it or no? Let's see. Okay, we'll call it close to even.
It's pretty close.
It's homemade. It doesnn't have to be perfect. Yeah, let's take a little bit more. All right, so there we go. So we got that. We got that. Okay, so we're just gonna toss all sides. I'll toss this one all sides. My hands are clean. Just dip the dishes. All right. It's hard to record and flip at the same time. All right. Now we're just going to throw some saran wrap. What are you doing? Okay, you keep messing with it. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's homemade.
That looks pretty good.
That looks great. All right, let's throw on some saran wrap. Throw a towel over it. We could put it in the grow room because it's nice and warm in there. How long are we gonna let it rise? Hour and a half rise time. All right, we're gonna go ahead and we got them in bowls with the saran wrap, and now I'm just gonna kind of throw a towel over it as well. Okay, we'll call it covered. Let's put it in the grow room. Just gonna set them there. It's kind of warm in here. It's approximately 78 degrees, so we're good. All right, hour and a half, we'll let it rise and we'll be right back. These have been proofing for approximately actually 2 hours. I know I said an hour and a half, but these have been proofing for about 2 hours. We're gonna punch down the dough to get the air out. This is a floured surface. Just going to spread it out into the shape, the round shape that we're looking for.
9-inch circle.
Approximately 9-inch circle, because we're gonna have this proof again. Okay, so we have the tape measure out. It's not perfect. This one is probably closer to the 8-inch mark. And it's,
8 to 9.
I don't know.
Close enough.
8 to 9 inches. It's homemade, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Todd's just taking a spray bottle. It's just water. What is that?
Sesame seeds.
Is that what it called for?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're sprinkling some sesame seeds over this. And now we're gonna let it proof for another hour. So we're just reusing the plastic, and we're just gonna cover this. And we'll throw, I'm gonna go ahead and throw a towel over that, and then we'll go put it back in the grow room for it to proof.
For another hour.
For another hour. All right, we'll come back in about an hour, which will be about 2 seconds for you. So here we are, approximately, an hour later from proofing, and it rose. So now this is probably around 12 inches in diameter. I know we were saying around 9 is what ideally we were wanting. Well, no, it's probably close to 9.5 by 10.5, yeah. 11 or so. But that is totally okay. We'll just have a little bit bigger muffuletta. It's gonna serve more people. It is perfect. Oven's preheated at 400 degrees. Now we're gonna bake it. We're gonna bake this for 20 to 25 minutes. We're gonna start at 22 minutes for right now, and we'll be right back.
It's over 200. That's good. It's over 200.
And the top test. So we just pulled this out of the oven. I can't tell you 100% how long. I know I set the timer for 22 minutes, but for some reason it didn't actually set. So after we were sitting and talking for a little bit, which may have been 5 minutes or a little more, I put it on for 10 minutes, and then we put it on for another 5 minutes, and here we are. So it could have been close to 22 to 25 minutes. Anyways, we are here now. We're gonna let it set out on the rack to cool. Beautiful. All right, now we let it cool. So today we're just making the bread. This is Christmas Eve. Tomorrow is when we will actually put everything together. All right, so we will be right back to show you how we do that. Bread is now completely cooled. Todd is just slicing the bread in half to get it ready for the whole assembly of this delicious muffuletta, or muffuletta, whatever you would like to call it. There's the olive salad with the oils, and then the olive salad separated, showing you all the meats and cheeses that we are using for this delicious sandwich. That's the order in which we're going to place it on the bread. And then we have, well, he's just getting the salami ready. And but he's going to brush the oil from that olive salad on the top and bottom of the bread. And from what I researched, this muffuletta was created by Italian immigrants in New Orleans in the 19th century. But anyways, he's starting with the salami, following it up with the mortadella. And then after that, after the mortadella, it's going to be the mozzarella, and then the capicola. Here's the Capicola going on. He's going to follow that up with provolone and the remainder of the salami prior to topping it with the olive salad. Look how delicious this is. I mentioned to him that maybe we should heat this in the oven next time so everything can get all melty together. This sandwich is so delicious. I've had it a number of times. I love this version. He went ahead and he added that olive salad. And this olive salad, it's delicious. So we did not make this from scratch, but this is some good stuff here. And then now he just placed the top of the bread on, pressing it down. And then after he does that, but look at that. Look how beautiful that sandwich is. It's absolutely beautiful. And it's delicious. That bread, by the way, I told Todd, that bread is so good. I want to start making other bread with it. I do have a recipe I use for some Italian bread, but I'm always experimenting with new flavors. I'm going to be making probably hamburger and hot dog buns out of this because it's fantastic bread. But I digress. So he's just cutting a bunch of different equal parts for our lunch that we had on Christmas Day with his daughters. We had 3 different meals that day. It was a little bit intense, but we wanted to keep it light for lunch. So check this out. Look at that. It tastes better than what it looks. I promise you. It's so good. Max is chilling out back there, and absolutely delicious. So if you like this video, be sure you give it a thumbs up, and thank you for sticking with us. Until next time, thank you for watching.